And the word I would use is precocious, because he certainly had a mischievous side. He certainly had a mischievous side. And whereas he was gentle, he was also, especially in sports, he was driven, he was competitive. I remember as a young, what was he, 10 years old? 10 years old, and he decided, I didn't, he decided to put a group of his friends together to compete in a 3v3 soccer tournament here in town. And he asked me if I would coach him. And so I said I would. And so, but this was Christopher's team. This was Christopher and 3 of his good friends. And we competed here locally. And I did my best to try and coach him, but it was Christopher who was out there on the field directing them and demanding that they step up to the plate and do as well as they could. Well, lo and behold, they took second place at the tournament here in town. And by virtue of having taken second place at this tournament here for the entire state of New Mexico, they were invited to the national tournament in Steamboat Springs. And so we pack up the families and we go to Steamboat Springs. And when we get there and we register, and I saw the bracketing and the teams that we were scheduled to play against, I thought, oh my gosh. I mean, we were scheduled to play against teams from Nebraska, from Oregon, from California, Arizona, and I'm thinking to myself, we may be lucky to win 2 games here, because the teams from California and Arizona and Colorado were just top notch. I mean, they're anyway. To make a long story short, Christopher and his little team, and Christopher just really driving his friends and urging them on. They won, and they won, and they won, and they just kept winning. And we made it to the finals. And Christopher and his little team took second place in the nation that year. Wow. But it was, I was the coach, but it was Christopher
who was the driving
driving force there. Oh yes. Yes, he was.
Interesting.